Former pro boxer Termite Maurice Watkins has made headlines around the world for his dedication and determination. This weekend, he'll be in Beaumont to tell his story. Rex Simmons from Acts II Ministries, the organization bringing Watkins to town, joins us. So Rex, tell us a little bit about this awesome opportunity you have to have this guest.
Well, we're excited to be having Termite Watkins, Maurice Termite Watkins, and he comes to us after a pretty amazing story. There in Iraq, where he worked with a boxing team there. He says it's a God thing that put him there, and he worked with the boxing group there with Iraq that had been decades prior banished from the Olympics, and he had 10 months to do it. And he was requested to put Iraq back in the Olympics, and he worked through the military, the U.S. military there in Iraq, and so he began working with a group of 24, and it worked down to one young man, and they went to the 2004 Olympics, and he won.
How inspiring is it to have, so much war and negativity, and to have something so great come up out of that? It's
simply amazing. At the time of all of the fall of the statues and whatnot, and the tanks rolling through the streets, here Maurice he's working and putting himself in danger, reuniting a shattered group of people that is sending a message across Iraq and across the world, and working with these young men and putting them together. At the same time, he's coaching the commanders, the soldiers, and the other aid workers there in the U.S. military camps. He's coaching them as well.
Right. And also too, it's interesting during a time where many Iraqi citizens feared Americans, and he was able to gain their trust.
Yes, absolutely. He was working very diligently, and the deck was stacked against him, so to speak, when he got there because of their disbelief, because the fighters had been previously, they were beaten if they lost their fight. And so with that type of mindset, they was having a very hard time opening up, relaxing, and letting Termite in, who was an American at that time, new to their territory. Right. And so he was bringing them on and won their hearts. He's got a charisma about him that you can't meet him but just for a few moments. When he came to me, I didn't know Termite at the time that he came to me, and he looked at me in a recent Safety Awards banquet, and he said, "What is your name?" And so, long story short, we began to talk and compare, and he says, "I believe I'm here not by my own choosing, but I believe there's someone else is leading this and guiding this." And so he says, "I need to come to Beaumont. I feel that you and I have something that we need to couple up together and do." And so he's coming to be with us at Acts II Ministries Saturday night.
And so what will he be talking about? Why bring him?
Well, Termite starts with determination against all odds. He started at 10 years of age, and his goal was to become a professional boxer. And so with 128 wins and 10 losses later, at the age of 16, he's Golden Gloves. The youngest at that period of time, youngest Golden Glove in the United States. And by his senior year, he was a professional boxer. And his career ended with 58 wins, 48 of those of knockouts. And he was also in a double match feature in Las Vegas when Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes coupled up. They were the other feature at that time for championship bout. Maurice was there fighting himself as a professional boxer. So against odds, against all of the hard obstacles that's ahead, determination has worked throughout his life.
Right.
And so with that, he went through a period of time. He was a successful sales person, taking care of his family in Deer Park. And then at the time 9/11 happened, shortly thereafter, he felt impressed. Hey, I've got to support my country in some way. And basically he said, "God, how is it?" And so his prior exterminator type expertise, he worked with his dad in pest control. They were looking for someone in pest control in the military facilities there in Iraq. And so he went to serve in the best way he could. At that time, they found out about his professional background in boxing, and so they began to employ, and it spilled over into Iraq, and then, boom, Iraq's in the Olympics.
He just fit right in.
He fit right in. He fit right in.
So tell us again, he's going to be at the church on
Saturday evening, this coming Saturday at 7:30. He's going to be there. Well, matter of fact, we have a huge tent there over their entire parking lot. And so when I talked to him, he said, "You know what, I would love to be there." And so he's coming to us, be with us at 7:30. And it's going to be Saturday night, and we're looking forward to a great time. It's open to the public. Anyone would like to come. There's plenty of seating. There's going to be some very wonderful stories of deliverance. working against resistance and this kind of thing, and giving folks hope in times of trial.
Right. Are y'all going to box it up?
Oh, yeah. Right. I'll just make sure he understands that we're on the same side if anything breaks out.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you very much, Rex, for taking the time to come out.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we'll be right back. You're watching Southeast Texas Live.